Hello everyone, I will continue working with the NPCs that I was working yesterday. I didn't finish completely the plans for the peasants around, and I was also thinking about that I have a problem with the time for waiting that I have, that is waiting for the game time and not just for real time. And I would like to fix this one also and check if what we were doing yesterday is still working. And I have found also a couple of bugs with the user interface that I need to fix, so I will just try to solve all of them today if we are lucky. So this is one of the things that I have, this wait until event, that is until some time, but could be that during the plan that is doing this one before is arriving here too late, so arriving after 8. In that case it will be waiting until 8 in the morning tomorrow. So what I would like to have is, because this one for example is happening after 20 hours, so I would like that this is waiting only between 20 and 6 and 8. So if this one is arriving after 8, so we just jump and then continue doing the plan. So it's just waiting only if you are being in the middle of this time. If you are already passing this one, should be not waiting until the next day and just jump to the next one. So this is one thing that I would like to do today. This is one of them, and let me check another one that I have. I have some for modeling that I need to fix, and I'm missing a button also, and what more? I have also a small problem with the items that are showing in the user interface. In that case, for example, here I think it's this one is for some reason here. That's all the recipes. So I think that here it's just showing me giving a number when it should be no numbers for receipts, because just receipts. So I don't know exactly from where this number 2 is coming. So that's probably something that is bad, and in that case should be not showing this one. So I really don't know exactly why I have this number 2 here, but I would like just to know about this and fix this, because just having receipt is not about numbers. So for some reason it's giving me number 2 when in fact it's just, if I check this one, I can just using the item type and I'm not using even any amount of this one. So for some reason here is coming number 2, which is really, I don't know why. So that's the case. Coming here for crafting, and then crafting is just moving to this the inventory is doing, and then when I'm doing update, so this one is where is the one that is just fill in this form, this inventory. And then in the event graph I should have this one, the type is recipe and this is the ingredient, so I could just use this type to remove the amount there. But anyway, I would like to see how I'm passing this amount to the item, so I would like to see. So this one, the inventory that is filling from this receipts, which is just the inventory, and the thing is this interactive, this is the one that is just passing. So this one, this is the interactive. Oops, what's happening here? Why no? Oh no. So this one is just passing, adding items to this one. I see what the problem is. It's just adding 1 as amount, but in that case probably I have duplicate this one, so exactly this one, and there's another one here, so just need to remove this one. But this is a bug, but I would like just to remove in case that it's just having more than one for some reason, because it's just adding to the inventories you have there already. It's stacking, so that's the reason we have 2 of them and there's only 1 of them here. So just in case that I'm doing my mistake doing 2 of them, adding 2 of them in the same one, just removing this one will be from the user interface. So here in the item slot I will just check for for the condition when this one is coming from market, or sorry, was market, from receipt here should be not showing the numbers of this one. So in case that this is kind of this market player, and then it's just hiding this one, and the one that we are using is this number, which is amount canvas. So this one should be also being hidden or not, depending on this kind of, and then receipt is going on this way. So okay, we will add anyone here, any condition for this small thing. So this one is for, let me see, this one is coming here for, oops, need to move this one, wait for it. Let's make some space, probably enough. So this one is moving, and also this one moving, which is the condition for the market. So this one that I'm checking is about the market, and I will do exactly the same but for the receipt type. So this one is coming here, and I will do exactly the same, but this is a branch here for let's add here node, otherwise, oops, I don't have rewrote node here. Let's to have new one, and then move it to this one. So this is breaking here, and it will be the condition to be checked. So this one should be, if this is a receipt, so this branch, and I will use also select here, which is much easier for selecting. So I will use this one for my condition here. So this is coming here, in case that this is true, should be the opposite one. So this is collapsed, and then when it will be visible for this one. And what I need to do now is coming here about this condition. Probably I don't need this condition already because I'm using this one, so it's fine. This is coming here, and then set visibility, and use this value here for this one. So here's coming, and then this is for the blocks here, and that's the condition that I'm using. So let's just do something like that, probably. Okay, so this one should just remove the numbers if this one is a receipt, just as I did by mistake this one. So let's check again. Still showing here for some reason. So let me check if we did probably the opposite one. So if this is type should be collapsed, and then should be here for some reason. Let's check again. Let's stop here to see what's happening. So the visibility should be, what's the value here? Give me the value. So it's true, so it should be collapsed. or is it maybe for some reason being later changing the yeah, the problem is here that is coming. Stop this one, stop. Okay, so we don't need exactly this one, this comparison, because we have already there with this here with the mount. So this one will be, if you have more than one, it's just shown here, but need to be what is this condition? This ingredients should be shown or not, I think. So that's exactly the same. So in that case we will use also here the condition for this one being or. So this one is and this one should be an or boolean. This one, this is coming here, and this is the one that we need to use for. So just add here rerow node and then move here and then use this one to be the one that we are expecting to be here. No, but this one is fine, but not for the another one. Well, that's also fine because the ingredient is not being shown for receipt, and here we need this one duplicated. So we have this, and then we have also here the same, but this one should be receipt. I will just avoid this one because we don't need this, so I will just avoid this. Well, in fact it should work because I will do again in the future, so it works, but no, it is not. Let's check again the condition if it's ingredients or well, I said if it's different and oops. This is the one being here, this is the one being here, and this one will be here also. I don't need this. Let's try again. Fine, so now it's not showing the number of ingredients that you need, and this is also fine for the rest of them. So yeah, this one is solved, even it was my mistake having this one here, so I will delete, play again. But anyway, in case that's just my fault, it will be working with no ingredients here, so this is fine. And then this is working fine here, so we don't need this, and we can remove all of this here, and I will just do that, and this one again. So I will remove this and move back all of them. For this option here, and then move this one back also, and this one to be more compact. Okay, so that works. Now let's save. I will mark this one as fixed here. Another thing that we need to do is this already done, and this also here, and this is crafting. I think I will do this. This one is increasing. What is happening if I'm using 0 here? Oh no, I need one, otherwise it's just being not added to the inventory, so in that case not being shown on those receipts. So this is fixed already. Let's continue with things. Now this one, that is white until event, and I will create a new one which is white between until, or white between custom event and this one will be a bit different from this one because it says white until, and I will do white between event, and I will do few parameters like from to, and probably I will use hour and minutes, and I don't need to have these seconds. From hour or yeah, from minute, or I can use this one which is 2 minutes because I'm just converting from this one, so I have really easy here like time 2 minutes, and I can do like that, so I have here already minutes, so it's easy. I don't need to create 6 parameters for this one, since it's easier for me having this one smaller one. But we'll see. Okay, so now comparing with this one, the thing is I need to compare if you are in the middle of this time, because in that case I'm just comparing, or just delaying the task until this time. But here I would like to compare if the current time, so I will get time or accurate time, oh, get time, okay, it's fine. So I will take the time in minutes, and what I need to do is just comparing this one if it's between them. So for that reason we have 2 different cases. That is, for example, from 10 to 12, in that case it need to be in the middle. But if I say from, for example, 22 to 6, means during night the next day, so in that case we need to compare the opposite interval for this one. So the first thing that we need to do is compare if this one is bigger than this one, because in that case it will be one of the intervals, and another case is another interval. So in case that this one is bigger, means will be night, but if it's not, will be normal time. So let's say it's 8 in the morning to 10 in the morning. In that case it's just this one is bigger. And then what I need to do is if the time is between of those, so probably I can do float in range, and then it will be, oops, sorry, yeah, this is time, and then it should be between this one and this one. So in that case that is true. It's going here, or maybe I could use this branch, this as branch for the time. Okay, so this is one of the cases. If it's true, it is already there. If not, it's just next plan, because you are arriving too late already for this time and you are outside of this interval. But in the case that this one is bigger, it means the opposite way. So this one needs to be the time needs to be smaller than this one, and also needs to be bigger than this one to be out of the interval. So in case that this is bigger, than this and smaller than this, this is inside of the interval. So the thing is, this is bigger than time, and this one is less, so this is smaller than time. And in that case, that's the condition to be, needs to be both of them. So okay, and this case is so big that probably we can use also small things like that, which is just completely the opposite one. So in that case, if it is smaller, so it's just going this way, it needs to be this one. So let's say and this one, or okay, I will just try it later. So in case that this is smaller, let me check. This one is bigger and this one is smaller. It means it is the opposite one. And we can use this one also for a new condition to have all of them together with this and, if I'm doing well, of course. So and we can use this as a condition for, and this is just going here, and it will be or. Boolean, and then that's the condition that's hanging here. So in case that this is fine, it will be waiting until, which is exactly the same here. So this one, this one, this one. So it will be waiting until 2 minutes here. So that's the actions that will be taken for this one. But the thing is that we need now is checking for these intervals. So let's say one of the options is just going it's compiling. Okay, so this one could be used for both of them. So in case that this is bigger, these minutes are bigger than this one, we need to check the interval outside of those. This, or let's say that this one needs to be bigger and this one needs to be time needs to be bigger and time needs to be smaller than this one, and in that case that's true. So if this is true, it's just going here because it's going inside of the interval. And we will check now the opposite one, which use exactly the same. The other thing is just using this one here, and this is the condition that we use for both. So in case that this one, if this is not one, so just add here not boolean here, and then just it will be true, or I mean this case will be true, and then it is true that this is false, everything will be false, and then we will use this another branch. So the thing is here is not, this is fine, and then we need to use this or here, and here we will use the condition for the interval in that case. So let's comparing that this one is the case where this one is not smaller, bigger. So this is time. The time needs to be this one and this one, and then let's say this is 10 and this is 12. So the time needs to be in the middle. Let's say for example 11, and then in that case time needs to be bigger than this one. But time needs to be smaller than this one. In that case that's true, that is going to the interval which is fine. And let's review this one because it seems to me exactly the same. So in case that this is 20, time needs to be bigger and time needs to be smaller. So seems to me being exactly the same. So let's close a few things here. Let's say we have two cases, 10, 12 and 26. So to be in the interval, if we have, for example, 9 needs to be bigger than 10, which is not, so it fails. But if we do that for this fails, and then we have 15 will be smaller, this is not, so it fails. Works for this interval, and then we will try another one which is for 20, and I will do the time for, and then so say 11 will be, this is bigger, then it's bigger than this one, which is true. But this is not, so yeah, this works. And let's try now for another interval which is out of this range. So let's say this is 20 and this is 6 in the morning, and the number we have is 23. 23 should go to this way. So let's say this one is 23 is bigger than 6, which is true, so this will be not, which is false, so we ignore this part. And then we will check this one, which is 23 will go here to, this one is 23, which is bigger than 20, that's true. And then 6, which is smaller than 23, which is not. Something is not working well here. So let's just simplify a few things like that. So this one is bigger and then smaller, that's true. Also the condition needs to be just to simplify things, minutes need to be smaller than 2 minutes, so that's true, that's true. Okay, so this is one of the conditions where same day, just to be clear, so this is time for the same day, and then it means the hours are in the same day, so from is smaller than 2. But there is another case here that I was just trying to do, is a different day. In different day it needs to be, from minutes to minutes need to be bigger, which is true. The another thing that we need to have is that the time needs to be bigger than those minutes, yes, and then the 2 minutes should be this is not smaller, so it is not the right true. So this one, this is true, or this one is true. So this one is an OR that we need have here for an OR case, and this needs to be here, and remove this pin, or, and then let's try something small. I have 20 here and 6 here, so the time, and I'm trying to see, for example, with 10, which is out of this interval. So let's go here and says this is 10 for, that's my time, or this one is bigger than this one, that's true. And then this is 10 here, so it means 10 is bigger than 23, this is not, fail. 10 is bigger, smaller than 6, which is not, so it fails, or this is not fail, and then everything is fail. Okay, and now we try a number inside, which is for example 23, and then we will see 23 is bigger than 20, which is true, and then 23 is smaller than 6, which is not, but this one is true, this is false, this is true, and that's true, and then going well. And then we will check, for example, something in the next day like 5, and we will try this time is 5, and then 5 is bigger than 20, which is not, but 5 is smaller than 6, which is yes, and then goes to this OR, and then pass. And then for example 8, which is when here 8 is bigger than 20, which is not, and 8 is also not, smaller. So this fail, 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 and everything is fine. Okay, so since this is the way to go, so this one is next day. If the time that I'm trying to check the intervals are going to the next day, so this is one condition, and this is the another one condition, and then this is the OR condition for both. So in case that any of them is fine, I will just do this plan. So yeah. Okay, I think it works, and then I will do this one, wait between. Okay, okay, so what we can do right now is wait until even, but not this one, but wait between, not calling the even, but wait between cut function here. So this one should go to this, and what we need to do is waiting, so this time 2 minutes here, it's just going to from 20, and I will do the same for here. This is from 6 in the morning, so I have both times here ready. So in case that this is just passing the plan, finishing this one, coming here, say waiting, but only if you are between 20 and 6, because if you are, for example, arriving to this plan after some time, it's just too late. For example, here we will do like after 20, so it will take a few time to arrive there. So let's say 21 minutes, so it's not enough to arrive there probably, and then it should be executing next plan instead of stopping there. So let's add a few messages with wait for interval, and this one is just executing next plan. Okay, and we will check for NPCs. And for those plans are like, okay, spawning, and then spawning there, walking, and then passing to this plan if it's more than 20, which will be, because I will start again after 20 and 1 minute. So those guys are coming. They should go home. Let me check this one, because they have the plan to go home. Okay, let's try again. The thing is here coming. So when this one is paying lunch, here I need to check the time to be if time is bigger. So here's a get time. And this one is bigger, and this is a branch. So in case that this is not, we'll continue with the plans that was before, but this is true, should just jump to the next one. So the time I will put here is 20, which is just 2060 is what is my note comment here? Yes, this number. In that case, should just jump to the next plan, which is coming here. So in that case, it's not just changing, but if this one is true, just do the plan. If it's false, well, it depends. Sometimes it will do, and sometimes it's not doing. So here, and then do a game. Okay, next plan. Exactly, they do the next plan, because when they arrive to this one, should be, where's my plan? Arrive here, it's more than 20, so they should go home. They should go home, and after that they will check this one. This wait between, but not before. Go to location even. Let's see if they are going home. I would like to have any of them. This is fine. So next plan, but why they're just jumping this one to wait to the time. I will just change this one to something like 10 in the morning, which is fine. And what I will do is here 10 in the morning. I will just fix later the times, and this one is also 10 in the morning, which is 600, just for testing. And this is the plan. So this will go to this node when I arrive to this trigger, and then go here for this checking. This is more than 10, because it will be of course 10 and 1 minute, and they should just execute this one if everything goes well. Let's check again. I think I could just throw them. So this is one for the next plan, and another plan, another one. So both all of them, they were just jumping, ignoring this plan, and they jump into this. Oh wait, what is happening here with this number 2? What is happening here? So this is follow path trigger. Current plan is 1. Execute plan. Number 1 here. Why not? Why not? Okay, let's add also here, but this is one of them, and this number 3 should go here, and the number 4 should go here, and there's no 4, no, so we remove this one. Okay, I don't know why they are just jumping, ignoring this one. So gosh, let's try again. Okay, so this one is already throwing this one, so in that case they arrive to this point, which is the hour is more than 10, I think. Let's check this one. Okay, so it's coming here, and the condition should be why false? Because it was taking bigger than 10, which is okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I will just put another number like 9, and that's all. So yeah, now should just go here and then go home. And after that, when they arrive home, we'll jump to the next plan, which is this one, and we'll be waiting between 20, and then we say this is between 10 or things like that. So it will be probably more than 10, so let's say waiting between this and this one, which is of course too late. So when they arrive home, they should just jump for the next plan again. Okay, so all of them go home because it's time to go. Exactly. Let's follow this one, but it is the shortest way, shortest path to home, and then should be leaving the house because it's arriving, let's say, too late for this one. So arrive here and leaving. Exactly, because it's just coming too late for the time that needs to be waiting. And let's check another one for that. This one on the left that is also arriving and also leaving, and this one, for example, probably will be just leaving, and also this guy is leaving directly, and this one also. So yeah, all of them are working as expected. All of them are just waiting for the time, but they are arriving, let's say, too late, so there's nothing to wait there. Okay, so let's fix the right time for this, and everything has been fixed already. This is fine, and then this is the only one that I need to fix. It's just okay. Or I could do something like time to minutes here, just to be clear. 20. Okay. Okay. So this another thing is also fixed. I don't need this message already. And I will mark as fixed. Okay, this is another thing. Fix it, this one. Well, another thing that I'm just missing is about when you are crafting, you need, for example, water, which is something that probably you need to have. Also in that case, should be check what the ingredients that you have in your hand probably are not in your inventory, because it seems a bit stupid that you need to put from your hand to your inventory to craft if you have already in your hands. So what I have here is, for example, water, which could be no water but full bucket, which means you have already water. But for that reason, I should check about the items that you have in your hands. For example, here this is good, and I have in my hands seed onion, and this one also. So I would like just to check the ingredients from your inventory to have here, but also the hands that you have. But in that case it's hard to manage, because after crafting I will remove from the inventory in case you have also from your hand. I should also check your hands and then remove from your hands and not from your inventory and things like that. So in that case probably I will just use inventory probably here. So that seems a bit strange that you have in your hand already but need to be in your inventory. Probably I will just duplicate this one. Full bucket. Duplicate. User interface icons. So that's the one that I was just to replace with this one. Go. Okay, to have this one, this is full bucket. And what I need to do probably is with those recipes that you need to have just bucket and not water, because it means no sense for having in your hand. So I will just have this item factory here is fine, item factory here, and I will review the recipes that they need to have. Okay, so the recipes that they need to have with wood, this is wood, this is water. So the one that they have here with water should be not water but what's this one? This one. So I will replace this at the moment, just to avoid just managing also the hands and everything like that. I think that's all. Okay. So this will be compiling. So let me check in a second. Save all. Okay. remove this one. I will just remove those models also, and try to open again, and then it will be recompiling the code that I was just changing. Yes, should be recompiling this code, and then the ingredients for those receipts should be changing for that. What is happening now about this one? Let me check again. I would like to see where the logs are. Save logs here. That's what is happening here. What is this? Okay, so let me restart this one with this restore, and then start again and start working. I don't know, I was just trying to recompile again, and I was just changing to Visual Studio 2015 to 17 since that was working, but maybe I have a problem with this Windows SDK or something like that. So I will just try later, not right now. I will just keep the one that I was using, and that's all. Okay, so here we are. This is the last one. I will not check this one right now. So next things that we have pending, let me check. So this is one of them, this is one of them. Okay. I think I will check things here for this one, for example, have here with breads, onions, fine. I will check what you have here. I think you have here sweet onion, and I will add radish, a couple of them probably, and one of them. Let's see. I'm still missing one of those. Seems to me that this one is smaller. No, it's fine. I see. This also here fine. Okay. 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 So let's review the plans for those things with a new node that I was doing. So this is the plan, and we'll be just wait until 20. What is happening if it says wait between? I will create a new one, just kind of helper. Wait between hours and event from, it will be an integer, and this will be 2, which could be also an integer. What I need to do is call wait between event, and what we need to do is converting those hours to minutes. So I will just multiply time to minutes. So this is 1. Just kind of helper for multiply. But this is thing I need to convert this one. But if I multiply by float, directly it can be converted already. So this one, and then this one, which will be just kind of helper, easier to do all those plans. I don't need to really convert them. Anyway, I have the node in case that I need to use more complex things, but in that case it's fine having like wait between hours. And I will just put here this 20 until we stand waiting here 6, and that's all. So wait between hours here, and in case that you are waiting here will be exactly the same. So in case you are starting later for some reason, after that time should be just jumping and not waiting anymore. So I will just review the time for all of them. That probably was using also the old one. I was just testing with this one. So sit on bench, follow path. wait event here 60 seconds. What about this? Who is this guy? Ah, okay. So this what is this? Here, this guy. So this guy will be, I think this is farming house 1. Yes. Sorry about this one. So for this guy will be follow path event, and then sit on bench event, which is fine, and then follow path again, and then go to home, then go to location, and then wait a few things here. I think I could just add here, go home, wait between hours. So this guy will wait from 20 also, or maybe 7 to 7 in the morning. Oops, I can do that. This is 7, this is 19 until 7, and then go to location if it's just out this time, and add new pin. So I'm missing this one, and this is just a start plan, which is fine. So since fine here, just sit on bench, follow path, sit on bench, and then follow path again, and then go home. And when just at home, should be wait between hours or not, and then go to location. After that, just waiting for 60 seconds, and then just start the plan again, going to the path, and so on. Okay, this one is also finished. And next one, go here, and then this one is exactly the same. Wait between hours, and needs to be from 20 to 6 in the morning, and we don't need this one. Leave home is nothing, so this being execution. So what this guy is doing, sit on bench, and then restart plan, and then go home, and then wait, and then restart plan again. Okay, so this one is also working, this one here, which is just doing a sequence, sitting on benches, both of them, until it is night. Then he's going inside at night, and then waiting until I say 6 in the morning, and then leaving again, and then sitting here, because it's just NPC waiting for you to interact if you want to earn some money or something. So it's just an option that you have here, and it will be available all the time, so I'm not just going home. Another one that we have is exactly the same, but sitting with 2 different benches, and I think I will have exactly the same here. So wait between hours, and should be also 20 up here, and then 6. I was just creating this one at 6. Leave home, this is exactly the same, we don't need this anymore, and that's all. Which is exactly the same plan but different benches. For pistons, I think this is the one that I was doing, so yeah, that's clear enough already. Well, not enough, because this one, for example, this one, wait between hours here, and it will be from 20 to 6, and we can remove this one. It is easier just to use this kind of helper, not having those numbers here. Okay, and then the next one is this welcome helper that probably is doing exactly the same. So just going to bench, sit up, go home, wait event 60 seconds and then restart plan. Well, he's going home, so probably it's just wait 30 seconds. I think it's just only if it is not waiting, so could be just wait for some time. If time is okay, wait between hours. We will have here, for example, living at, I don't know, 19 or 18 until 7 in the morning, and then this guy is waiting there if it is waiting, but if not, it's just sleeping. So in that case it will be waiting for 60 seconds here. So yes, that's the one. Okay, and this is this guy waiting here for the sequence being here. Okay, and what more, this trader, they have also the same thing. They wait until 20, but this would be 28, so this is wait between hours. I need to be from 20 to 6 or no 8. This is 8, and here we will do exactly the same again. If you are arriving too late, you don't need to wait anymore. So it's one here and then remove and restart plan. So there's nothing more that need to be done. Okay. So all the plans are already done and working, I think, for all the NPCs. They are also living during night. So yeah, this one is next. This other way is here. So probably I will try this one right now. It's easy to test. Just testing if I'm starting on time, that is fine. They will be just waiting, but this is not, this is more than one, it's just not waiting. That's the opposite one. So from 8 is more than one, needs to go there. So from 8 to 20 they will be, let's say, waiting here doing nothing, but if time pass they will go here and then it will be this one, waiting until this one and then appears again. Okay, let's try what is happening for this guy. So they are not appearing. Why? From 8 to 20 and the time is 10, I think. The time is 10, so this guy should be waiting until 20. Let's try again. So this disappears. What is happening if I will start at 5? That disappear is fine. What about 9? They anyway disappear for some reason. Let's close a few things. So that's what I'm trying to do is this guy will be waiting, doing nothing between both times. So if it is fine, it's just doing nothing. Just wait. Otherwise we'll be moving to the next one, which is just hiding. This one supposed to be during night, and then it should be waiting between 8 and 20 and 8 again, and then it will be doing the next plan, which is just activating, and then this is the next plan again, which is going to this line and then repeat. So wait between hours, this is going here, and then it's going here from minutes, things like that. Let's just break this one for example this guy, which is trader 1. Okay. Okay. So this trader helper and this is trader helper 458 here, and this one. Okay, so let's see what's happening with this. So this one is coming here, and the time that we have is 600, which is fine. The time is oops, which is happening here. Oops, yeah, silly me, because the thing is here is 1 hour is it's about minutes. That needs to be 60 minutes and not seconds, because this time is on minutes, of course, so that was my fault. Try again. So yeah, nothing happens because it's just on time. But if we change the time for this one when it's just starting, let's say 7 in the morning, they should disappear until 8. Okay, disappear, and then we will move faster to have this one on time. So they appear at 8, which is fine. So it works. If I try it now, for example, 16 in the afternoon, they will be here until, I think I was just saying 20. So they should disappear at 20, which is fine. And if I do something like that, should be there for 1 minute and then disappear for 1 minute and then disappear, exactly. So it works. It's also working those nodes. This is fine, all the helpers, so it will be working for all of them, and those is much easier to see those plans than having something more complex. So that's the tool, really good for traders here. That's good. Let's check again things that we need to do. Okay. Just to have this one smaller history, which is exactly the same. Now this one. More things that we need to do is okay, another thing that we need to do is fixing the roof of one house that is not really nice. So this house, I would like to have exactly the same of those touches, and this is just big square, which should be things like that. So if we check this one, what's the difference between them? Lighting and detail, I think. Yeah, you can see you have some few patches here, and this is just translucent for masked probably. So this is being much nicer, and you have also here a few patches also with this one. And I was using also this way on other things, but the thing is this one, reflection, this one is not using this one, so I will add them to this, because the rest of them are just different roof. Also this one should be exactly the same here. This is also touched, but not this one. So I have a couple of them that I would like to fix. First one, I will fix this house one. Okay, so let me find this on Blender development models, houses or buildings. Okay, I don't have this one, so I will move from this buildings, houses. This is house one. Hola, déjame ver si estamos solos, creo. Sí, estamos solos. Español, ¿no? Sin problema. Uso las dos cosas. Casi todo es Blueprint, porque es mucho más rápido de implementar, y algunas cosas luego las paso a C++, pero tengo todas las bases clases son C++. Pero tengo como, no sé, como 100 o 150 blueprints. House. Carpet. Tengo aquí Game Instant Custom, que tiene solamente un Game Manager, y este Game Manager tiene todas las cosas que son Mission Manager, User Interface Manager, Area Manager, Item Factory, Action Manager y más cosillas. Todo aquí, y todo eso son todos estos blueprints que vienen de una clase base. Y luego para las cosas interactivas son igual, extienden todas extienden una clase base que está en C++. Si quieres hablo en inglés, yo hago la streaming en inglés si quieres, por mí no es problema, ¿eh? Yo lo decía simplemente por si para ti te viene mejor, pero como quieras. Yo pongo luego los vídeos en YouTube, o sea que posiblemente a alguien le venga bien que sean en inglés, pero como quieras, por mí no hay ningún problema. Yo creo que ahora mismo en el chat no hay nadie, o sea que no hay problema. Pero sí, yo los hago siempre en inglés, todos en inglés. Y todos estos interactivos son una clase base que es en C++. Luego los ítems vienen todos en C++. Los inventarios están también en C++, en código, porque es más sencillo, sobre todo por el tema de arrays, que es un poco pesado hacerlo en Blueprint, y en C++ es simplemente un map y ya está. Es mucho más sencillo, uso un key y ya está. Y luego pues yo que sé, estoy viendo aquí las cosas que tengo de C++, que no hay tampoco mucho, a lo mejor como 20 clases o así, no sé decir tampoco. Bueno, ¿dónde tengo esto? A ver, el código aquí. Sí, como 20 clases hay. Tampoco gran cosa. Los inventarios, los ítems, misiones, el dinero, los monederos. Una clase helper, donde pongo ahí un montón de cosas que pueden hacer falta, como chequear si es editor o no es editor, y cosas así. Y luego tengo un sistema de tareas en tiempo igual parecido al timer, al set timer, click timer, pero pero va en tiempo de juego, porque el juego tiene una hora que se puede adelantar o retrasar, puede ir más rápido o más lento, y sin embargo los timers son timers. O sea, si por ejemplo yo tengo el timer para dentro de 5 segundos, pues son 5 segundos, pero si en mi juego el tiempo va más rápido y no van 5 segundos, en 5 segundos a lo mejor pasa una hora. Entonces tengo tareas que lanzan en la hora que corresponde con la hora de juego, no con el tiempo de los timers de lo que es el Unreal normal. Entonces cosas así son bastante más complejas y las tengo en C++, pero el resto está en Blueprint. Casi todo, ya te digo que habrá como unos 100 o 150 clases de Blueprint. ¿Y qué más? El control del tiempo. ¿Qué más hay por aquí? Todos los NPC tienen varias clases también que extienden. Las misiones son también clases. Y luego tengo algunas cosas como por ejemplo los caminos, son los paths. Tengo los huertos también, son también hechos en Blueprint, que son estas de aquí, son interactivos aquí. Las puertas, las ventanas, todo eso interactivo, todo esto, las vallas, otras vallas aquí, el ácido también es interactivo aquí, todo extienden. Y luego que más hay, bueno, y luego estos de aquí por ejemplo que son estos de aquí, en vez de ser uno, pues son instanciados, meses instanciados, y es un blueprint también. Aunque bueno, estos también son blueprints, y este me parece que es un blueprint. No, este sí, también son blueprints aquí. Son simplemente instanciados para no tener tantas instancias y reducir los draw calls. Por ejemplo, estoy viendo aquí cosas que tengan, ¿no? De vallas cuadradas, los huertos, las plantaciones también son blueprints que van creciendo. Y luego, bueno, esto de la barricada también, que es igual un instanciado para reducir el número de draw calls y manejo luego los cool distance y eso. Y yo creo que ya. Todos los NPCs son también blueprint, pero sobre todo el tema de los blueprints es porque es mucho más rápido hacerlo, no tienes que compilar, recompilar, reloj y todo eso. Entonces lo hago y luego si veo que hay alguna clase o que son cosas más grandes, más de la cuenta, lo que hago es que lo paso a C++. Bueno, yo cambio a inglés, no hay problema. In fact, I was using first time I was creating the first game on CryEngine, which is more like for coders. So I was using C++ for most of the code. I was doing a chess game, simple chess game, but it's mainly 95% just code. So I was using CryEngine for some time, but I wanted to do a new game, and then was more about the character, NPCs, and everything like that. And I need to have more control about the animations and character and things like that. For example, all the cameras, I don't want to really code everything manually. So for Unreal you have a lot of new tools that you can use and many other things. And also I didn't like much how they were moving with CryEngine. There has some problem with the engine. They are not providing for example the editor code, so I was just even patching the engine. You can find some of my commits on CryEngine code, but I'm also moderator there in the forum, and I was creating the C++ tutorials, kind of official for CryEngine. So I was really using this one, but I was just moving to Unreal Engine maybe 1 year ago or a bit less, because I have a lot of tools. So, and also I would like to know more. I was just maybe playing with Unity a few years ago, but also I don't know, kind of simple, and I didn't like much how it's going. I know how it's changed a lot, but I didn't like much. So I think Unreal is the only one that is to go now. And also, if you want to work in some places, for example, for CryEngine, there are not much games and not a lot of work, so it's hard to find that kind of people. But for Unreal, you have a lot of companies that they are using, and they care about those experience that you have working on it. So I think Unreal was the clear winner for not only about the tools, which is of course I have a lot of tools, but also having job later or just having any experience that you can use professional. So yeah, what's clearly the way to go, because on CryEngine there are not much games and you have a lot of problem finding job, and they are in the middle of refactoring almost everything, so I was just being blocked with this game for a few months until I can just move. They were just missing some files that I'm not providing, so you need to wait for those files, and yeah, so I had a lot of problems with this engine the last time, but not about the engine, but some problem with how are they doing. And then I just decided to move to do this game. I'm never stopping, and they have a lot of versions every time, and fixing all the bugs quite fast. I don't really need to fix myself all the bugs in the engine, so that's clear why I'm using this one. I have a lot of tools, as for example for animations and the character. You have all those blueprints, which is really nice. You can have both of them together with C++ nodes. For example, I have a few of them from those helpers, and so you can use C++ together with blueprints, and you can move from one to another one at any time. So if you decide to put some few things on blueprints that were in C++, you can do that, and you just need to replace the nodes. Or the opposite way, you have something that is being much more complex on blueprints, you just move to C++, replace the node, and everything is working. You don't really need to do a lot of things, and compiling is just compiling the DLL, which is finally this X file, but it's a small thing that you don't really need to compile a lot of libraries or things like that. So yeah, it's fast to have this one, and then continue working on blueprints. That is just most of the things that you need to do all the time, because it's not the gameplay. I understand for people that are just having maybe nice thing to take a picture for art station, so they have nice lighting and they don't care about, for example, performance or cooling distance or loads or things like that, because they are not taking care about this just for one picture. But if you are doing a real game, most of the time it's just gameplay. I was doing everything that you see, modeling everything that I saw here, texturing, lighting, everything that you see in the game, but comparing with the time that you spend modeling a few houses and the time that you spend doing gameplay for those things, things like that, is a lot more for gameplay. So yeah, it's just better to have tool easy to do gameplay than just doing nice lighting, you know, which is just, it's fine, but I don't care much about this. So what I'm trying to do is changing this one. I have this touched roof, and I want to do the same here for this building that I have here. If you have any question, or you want to see any part of the game or anything, I know that you are coming probably more, what you say, studying for game development, so I understand that probably you are playing with everything with each part, but I have seen that from your portfolio you are modeling at the moment. So for me, I'm just coder, so I'm just modeling. Of course, I did everything that you see, but the models are not really impressive. They are just, most of them are just boxes, and I was using tileable, the same generic textures for all of them, so this is nice with the color, and also being faster loading all the textures because I'm using the same one, also more simple shaders and everything like that. And then texturing is really easy, so all of them have the same textures, and it's not really a lot of work with 3D modeling or things like that. There are more of them boxes and then the same textures for all of them. And the thing is, all the work that I'm doing is gameplay, and now I'm working lately times working on user interface, and yeah, I'm fixing a few things, for example NPC plans and things like that. But yeah, for example this one is modeling, all of them are really small things. For example, this one could have maybe one key, I don't know, things like that. So they are really small. So this is less than one. Okay. 900 triangles for this whole house, having also inside, you know. So all of them are 900 triangles. There's no load at all because it's just so simple. For a big house, it's nothing. So the models are not really complex for what I'm doing. Click this one, click this one. So just they work, and I can use them to do my gameplay over those things. So for example, having all those props for example for the shop here, the markets, things like that. They are quite simple. I was just modeling most of them on during streamings. For example, all those cars I will also streaming the process. I have a few more cars here, another model on here, and then another one here. I was just modeling most of the things during streamings, but yeah, things like that they are really not complex to model, you know. That cylinder and then a few variations or displacement for some vertices. So yeah, and all of them is just from Blender, clothes, that's kind of plugin that I'm using. Yeah, and the houses are just square, all of them. Could be nice just having something nicer, but yeah. The only things, let's say, not being a square or just boxes are just rocks. Then I was also modeling the grass, and I was just fixing a few things from the trees because it's just also on Blender. And for example, those sacks I was also using this cloth plugin with Ford, for example. And I would like to add here stand display. I think it's happening probably, and now I need to have this object probably. Touch mask. Let me see. What is the one that I was adding? I would like to know. Ah, this one. Exactly. Wait. I cannot resize this one, otherwise it's just losing the size for the texturing. So what I need to do is just moving them. I will probably need more, or just also removing. So let's remove something. Faces, because I'll just duplicate both sides to have it same. Faces. And I will keep this one at the moment. I need to rotate even. I will probably need to add more. It's just not enough probably. So let's see what is happening with this one, if it is working or not. So combine with this one probably, and all the proxies. Do I have some groups? No. Export. Models, buildings. I think that I need to recreate this one. I was just changing the folder. Buildings, houses, one. Triangulating. Jesus. Okay, let's see what we did this side. Yeah, we are missing is just assigning this one. Okay, where's the text of the new one? This one, which is touch mask one. It's working fine. Yeah, probably I will need to add if you want, or moving down, things like that. Yeah, it's not enough. Need to be a bit down. So again, we probably should create a group for this one. Re-import house. Well, you are coming here for the first time. Probably I was just explaining a lot of things I was doing, a lot of parts for the game and gameplay, how it works, the user interface, the menus, craftings, selling, buying, things like that. So probably you have lots of questions, or there are a lot of things that you didn't have seen, but you want to know about anything that you see here, as I say, like foliage or any gameplay, code, modeling, textures, shaders like for example with the trees or the river here. I don't know, anything that you have seen that maybe is interesting for you, just let me know. Print buildings here and the house one. Let's see. I need to adjust also the decals. Stop. This one, no, decal roof one. This other one. Okay. Let me see how it was. Oh, even more. Is it not enough here? So I will tell about this. So I will make a group for this one. So this one will be group export. And now I need to select, if I remember, and this is Control G. Not sure what this. No. Select group. Control D. No. I don't know what's the key for Control Caps G. Add selected to active group, exactly. So what I need to do is just select this one as the last one, and then add to group, and then we will use here as groups. Should have combined tags. Oh, okay. And I was just missing all of them for some reason. So, and then this one is the last one, and then add select to active group, and then groups, and not here again. Because they're not visible. I need to be visible. Okay. Export. And now it's going to groups. should be here exactly. So it's just easy now to have, just click here and then export selected, and that's all. And then it's easy to manage this one. Okay. Try import. Well, I never use this 3ds Max because I have problem with the license and the installing and things like that. Blender is free, and I can use, for example, on Linux that I'm using quite often. I was using for a few years ready for Blender, which is fine. As I said, I'm not 3D modeler, so doing like I'm doing now, just spending 15 minutes, 1 hour in Blender and then just leaving. So I'm not really spending a lot of time. I can understand if other people, they decide to use not Blender, which is fine. It's just more or less for hotkeys, but I'm coder, so for me it's fine using the keyboard, so it's fine. I'm not doing much things, so I understand if others are more professional doing more things, prefer to have another different software. For me it's fine enough what I'm doing, which is not really a lot, so it's working fine. And what I see also much nicer is having this Python for the API. So I have a few scripts that is easy for me and helping me with doing tedious and repetitive tasks, which is helping a lot. And I don't really like this mail scripts code for 3D Max, which is really, I don't like much. It's well, kind of JavaScript, but I don't like much, and Python is fine. And I was also helping with open source plugin for CryEngine for a year. That is a plugin for Blender. So I was just using this for more time and knowing more and knowing all this API. So yeah, it's easy for me. And starting with 3D Max, I should first find a license and then maybe paying or not paying, and then probably with this one, and then learning, because I've never used. So it's fine. What I'm doing is fine. It's enough. I don't really need at the moment another software, so it's fine. I never said that it's the best one or it's better even than 3D Max because I didn't use. So it's fine for me. Everything that I want to do, I can do that. So yeah, it's just fine. It works for me. That's the only reason that I'm using this one. It's free. I can use in Linux also, and I was using for many years already. So it's fine. And still a lot of people is like 3D Max is much better, but they use Blender for 15 minutes or maybe 10 minutes, you know, which is fine. It's fine, it's not a problem, but I don't think that they really try to, you know, to find all the keys that they have, all the options, and for example these plugins coding any Python script or things like that, they didn't even try, so it's fine. It's good that we have a lot of different you know, software and you can choose which one, but I see really stupid all the time people discussing about this. Not now talking about, the question is fine, you know, but just stupid discussion like but in 3ds you can do things like that and not in Blender, but in fact you can. The only thing is that you don't know about this, and probably exactly the same the opposite way, like people is complaining about 3D Max because it's maybe not easy to do some things, or maybe they are not having enough knowledge about this. So in the end, those conversations are really stupid, you know, makes no sense for, but people is all the time doing like that. In fact, it is the same with, for example, with engines, which one to use. For example, Unity is better. I have a lot of people coming here and say that Unity is better because you have tessellation, you know, like what about Unreal? Do you think that is not there already? You know, it's just stupid things like that. Which is fine if you want to use Unity, and of course every software is for every task. So for example, Word is fine but not for pictures, and Photoshop is good for pictures but not for games and things like that. So there's no perfect thing for everything, it's just tool, and depending on what you want to do, there is just better tools or not, you know, but this is not the universal definitive tool for everything. So yeah, it's fine to have everything and people can just choose, play with all those things. This is fine. This one is not going well here. Let's see this one exactly. So we'll probably need to move a bit more. Yeah. So if you like more one of them, I mean Blender, 3D Max, or maybe Maya or Moodbox or any of them, fine, go for it. You know, you don't really need to use everything. There are other different things, like if you are working with this one, nobody is just hiring you in a big company, things like that, which is something completely different, because it's then it's depending about your job, and then you are learning, because you can, of course, you can agree that maybe you have more work if you are working with this one, which is fine. You know, but for example, for you studying in the universities, of course, we are not so stupid, so 3D Max is just paying the university or just giving money, so they are using that, you know, and they are, for example, paying to some engines that they have only plugin for this one and not the plugin for example, as we say with Blender. And I was just fighting and say Blender plugin is free, but they are not even adding there, you know, because 3D Max Autodesk was paying that they are not using any other software, which is probably, is it good or bad, the software, but the thing is, it's not fair, and they are just trying to have, of course, clients all the time and monopolize for things like that. The same with Windows, you know, as you can say that you are buying, for example, USB pen drive, you have there the information like it works with Windows and Mac, but they don't write there that it's working also with Linux, which is working because it's just USB pen drive, you know, you don't need to install even drivers, things like that, but they are not writing. That's the same thing with, for example, with Blender, that 3D Max is a company, so they are paying to keep all those customers. Maybe they are doing good or bad software, you know, but for 3D Max, I know that Autodesk is paying and it's blocking for others using, for example, Blender, you know. Yeah. So in your case, choose the one that you want, but starting discussions with people, I'm not about you, but I mean, when people start discussing what is good or better or not, things like that, first of all, is 3D Max Autodesk is a company and they're spending money to have monopolized the market, you know. Blender is free, and then spending money on, I don't know, 14 companies to use this one. So this is the first step that we need to take care. So as you say, for example, I'm using 3D Max because it's for free in the university, which is fine, you know, but of course they are giving you for some reason, you know. That's the thing. When the product is free, you are the product, you know? That's the thing. So for me, Blender is fine. I don't need more. If I find that it's not working well or missing a few things, but really what I'm doing is almost nothing. So for me, it's fine. I agree with others, they are more professional, and for example, if you are using 8 hours a day, you can complain about many other things, but I maybe never have found such problem because I'm not using too deep, for example. So for my really simple models, most of the things are fine. The only thing, for example, for a sketch fab, is just too simple, and also the UVs are really bad and wrong. But think about this, I'm doing models, things like that, more or less. So okay, this side seems fine, more or less. Probably we'll need to check the time for the lining to see if it is working well for all the lining. Probably this one. It's fine. It's working fine. Because I'm just doing one side and then duplicate for the next one, of course. I'm not redoing everything. And this one will be maybe on this side also, which I can use squares, and I don't need to be a triangle as it was, because here is a different roof. And I have here triangles that I will remove, of course. This is not the way. So this one, and this one, remove, and I will remove one side also for this. Let me see. I will just duplicate a few of them. Probably this one. Go to normal. Okay. In my case, this is not my job, you know. So any tool is fine. I'm not spending a lot of time here, and yeah, it's fine. Okay, I think it's enough, or I will add one here. 3 more deep. Okay, let me see if we are just going inside of the roof is fine, and all of them probably I will delete, and I will take a few of them to be duplicated here, and how I will manage this one. I think I will remove first one, this normal. Is it also rotating from the normal? And then it's not. More or less. I will just add a few one here, like that. Half of them probably. Some variation. But yeah, for me everything is fine, and I'm quite far from just trying to convince people to use, for example, my notes is kind of fanboys or things like that, so it's fine. Okay, let's check just only one side, and then if this works we will export for the another side. Oops. Okay, pretty bad. Well, more or less should be fine if not so bad, but I have them. Yeah, here I have. See the fighting here for this one, I see, and then this one is this one, and then I have here one. I will delete this one. This is what here, this one, which is probably this. Opposite way. Okay, let's try again. This is a bit tedious. I was just doing for the other houses, and it's a bit tedious because it's hard to check just on Blender, and you really need to check on this one. And I'm lucky that the house is so small and it's really not a lot of triangles to triangulate every single time, calculating the lighting maps and everything like that. But anyway, it's just trying many times, and then it's just being a bit tedious. Another thing that I'm missing is, well, this one is too big here on the left, so there is one here too big on the left, will be something like that. Where is the house? In fact, there is only one and a few of them, so yeah. This is one, and that's the another one. Probably it's too much. This is also too much, yeah. But in that case, you cannot see this one. Edge. And what to do? Things like that. Let me see again. Well, I need to adjust the decals also, but this is fine, it's not a big problem. And then try again. I think we are not far ready to finish this small thing. And then this is the case for this one, which is just decal roof 3200. I think this is the should cover this one already. Not much. So how's it going? I think it's going better. That's not perfect at all, of course. Here is just quite bad on the left, but here is more or less fine. So I goes there, display or something. Of course I can say things like that, but anyway. I think it's fine. This one is not. This one is not. Definitely not. Not good. This small one. But the rest even being a bit different way. More or less it's fine. So I will use probably some kind of rotation, and yeah, probably the triangle that I was using in that case. If I could maybe this one. Things like that, but should be a bit under this one, otherwise you can see this box. And also we said, what about this? The last one should be bit higher, but in that case we have the same problem that you can see this one. Then yeah, this is one of them, and because I don't want to put all of them again over that, so I would like to have something that is not much here, and then it's enough for a couple of them. No, more or less is fine. Will be of course not perfect, but it's more or less fine. And here still you can see this one a bit, but wait, I was rotating, so probably this is another one, another one that I was rotating. Okay, so let me see, probably this one, which is already paying. Wait, no. What is happening here? I don't like it. Listo. This is something strange, because it's just like duplicate vertices. Yeah. Really? Opposite way. Remove doubles. Okay, now it's fine. So this is probably the one that I'm just fighting against. So okay, let's try again. Move. Okay. Even worse. I'll just remove this one. Anyway. So that's the only one that I'm missing at the moment. Here, the one that I was rotating, I think is this one. I think it will rotate a bit on this way, a bit of this, and then it should be a bit like that. Things I cannot see this one that I was rotating. Now it's just like that. Maybe using these details we can see a couple of holes here that could be nice to have covered. I'll let this one. this one is more or less also having here, needs to be bigger than the roof. So let me see the roof, and this one is clearly over that, but it's not being painted. Then okay, let's also duplicate this one because I want to use for this hole that I'm having here. Let me check again. Where's this hole? Okay, the second one, third one. So kind of this. Let's rotate even more. Okay. I hope it's working. I'm a bit tired already about this. Oops. Also 2 hours streaming is almost time to leave, but I would like to finish this one before I'm leaving. Or at least half of the roof, and I will just complete the second part later. Whew. Need to rotate this one, but anyway, it's just fine. Just the whole. I see where here now what the problem is, that this one that I was just duplicating is just rotating there. Okay. So this one need to be rotate on it. Here, and this one also that I'm having problems. I think it says no, not this one, this one. Anything more? So how it's going is studying there, because I have no idea about studying for game development. How it's going? Is it going well? I have seen this Alexander Pascal that is moving there, but I don't know. I never talk with this guy, so I just, of course we know because it's quite popular on Unreal Engine, of course, after so many years. But I don't know how it's going. Okay, now the slit, this is a hole here being covered, and this square seems working well. I have here the opposite way so we can check with different lights, which is also working, seems working fine. So yeah, probably here small, something small. Yeah, I will cover also like this one, but on the right. Rotate. Let's just take the normal for this one. Export. So slow. Oh, okay. So this one is also fine, but need to be a bit over this one, or just move that down. I'm probably putting a one here on the top. And from this side, or not how it's here, not this one. Seems more or less fine. But this line you cannot see that here is. I think this one. And I will also rotate it. So this is the one being here for this one, and I'll say we'll just probably use duplicate this one and use here to cover it. Let's try. Go. That's just better. It's just better. And what about this? With this side. Yeah, a bit. This is more or less fine. Probably a new one here, as I did, rotating this one. This one duplicate and then rotate like 45 degrees, like that, and then move to be in this small area. Could be fine. And what more I need to cover here? This one, and this one need to be a bit not this one, and this one. I'm not sure about this. It's too much, of course. Yeah, and probably rotate it. Okay. Okay. Even worse. Even worse. But this one could be more or less fine. And what about this side? Yeah, I need to fix a few things here. This is at all not well, and this one is too much also. So this one should be also rotating a bit more, and of course moving. It's just going too much. And then what is the one that I'm missing here? Probably those on the button. So this one and that one over the roof already. Whew. Oh. What's happening here? It was just moving over the roof. Maybe it's too much for this one. The another one is fine. You can see here the box, which is not good. And also here the fighting, which is not nice. I'm really tired about this already. And what's the next one? This is the one that I'm having problems. So let's rotate it less. Not sure about this. Probably let that. No, it's too much. Okay, try again. I think I'm just leaving this one. This is too much. Not this one. Yeah, definitely it was the one that I was just having a problem, but I think that I need to fix this one already. And also this small square. But anyway, yeah, more or less it's just working like that. I need to do more here and then a bit more on the left. But in the end will be exactly the same. Just spending a lot of time here makes no sense. Do all of this in the streaming. So I will leave here the streaming as usual. I will be streaming tomorrow at the same time. And I hope to see you tomorrow again. Contact me on Discord. You should contact me to create your account for the demo for the next week. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.